What do I know? Hello and welcome back. My name's Danny and this is Alger Adventures. Today I'm finally installing my AirLift 1000 airbags on my 2012 Nissan Pathfinder. Alright guys, so this is all that comes inside the kit for the Pathfinder. 2 airbags, some hose line, and a little hardware kit. Has a T, zip ties, some nuts, and a Schrader valve. Alright, so why I'm putting airbags on my Pathfinder is because the stock springs are pretty soft. Anytime you have any load, even full family in the vehicle, towing, it squats a lot and you bottom out pretty easy. So these kits are pretty cheap, about $80 I think, and real easy to put in. And once you upgrade your springs to a heavier duty rate, you don't need it anymore. So I'm going to install them. Should be pretty quick and straightforward. But I'll show you how I do it. Alright, so here's the airbag. On top you can see the nipple, which you are going to run the line on. So what everyone does is just squeeze it, get it as flat as you can, and you stick it in between the coil and have this part facing up, because you're going to run the line through the top, through here, onto the airbag nipple. And that's it. That's how hard it is. We're halfway there, or I guess a third of the way. Just gotta put the other airbag in and then run line. So I'll run line here, find a junction point, and yeah. And so the other big thing is since I have these spacers for my lift, I'm able to access the top of the subframe for where the line's going through much easier than if you don't have these. I don't think it'd be much of a problem if you don't have it, but it makes it just a little bit easier for me. And I had the wheel off on this side. The big thing is that you want your suspension fully drooped so it's easier to get in between your coils. But I don't really think you need to take your wheels off. It just makes it a little bit easier. You can easily lay down and stuff them in. And so I threw the other ones in on the ground, didn't even lift the vehicle up. It took maybe, it was easy. Like, you don't need to lift it off the ground. At least I don't. You know, you just squish it, the airbag a little bit more, it went in no problem. So time to run the line. So I'm going to run my line from the back of the vehicle down behind the frame, and then it'll go connect where the hitch is. The one thing is they supply these little clamps. So they supply these little clamps that go on the hose line that go onto the barb fitting. Make sure you put that on your hose before you install it, or else you'll have leaks. I said that funny. That's all it takes. Now I'm going to run it back to the hitch. Alright, so after you run your air lines from your bags back to where you want your Schrader valves to be, something to think about is if you're setting your airbags in and running line with your vehicle on the ground, you have to account for some droop in your suspension. So make sure there's extra slack in there. Don't make it tight. The other thing is where you run your lines, use the zip ties and maybe even extra ones, because just pay attention. So just pay attention to where you run your lines, and if it's on something metal that'll cut through the line, you'll most likely get a leak there in time. So I'm going to use the T and run both airbags off of one Schrader valve instead of 2 separate ones, just for ease, because I'm not too worried about it. I don't tow much. Our pop-up trailer that we tow is only about 2,300 pounds. And then for off-road, in my brain, I'm thinking that if you need more droop on one side and compress on one side, the airbags will work with each other instead of having both filled to the same amount. Another thing is these airbags, you can go as low as 5 psi, and then you can go up to 35 psi. So on the hitches back here, right next to where the plug is, if you have one, if you put one in or not, all depends. But there's a bolt here and one here. There's a hole for a bolt to go in. I have this little 90-degree bracket. I'm going to drill the holes out, put it here, and then have my Schrader valve come through it. So I'll go do that and show you guys what it looks like. So the Schrader can go on the one side and the bolt goes up. That's all. Alright, so I'm going to bolt in the bracket and then hook up the lines, and that's pretty much it. Well, the only thing left to do is fill it up and check for leaks. But that's basically it. Not hard at all. Finished tidying up some lines, yeah. Alright guys, so you saw how easy it was to do. And after you're done with it, the easiest way to check... What's wrong? The easiest way to check for leaks is with a squirt bottle, but you can use like a rag with soapy water on it. Just go over everything, make sure there's no leaks. This is one of the easiest upgrades, mods you can do to help you with stock springs in the back. So hopefully this helped at least one of you out there. I have a visitor. Hopefully this helped at least one of you out there. Any questions, leave comments down below. I'll get to them as soon as I can. I'll leave a link in the description where I got these airbags. Hey, look at this. I'm actually all loaded up and we're going camping. So look at this squat. And the roof rack. Oh, look at that. Sorry about the noise. My wife has her Jeep here.
You don't get to have all the fun.
So, let me put you guys down. Airbags. You don't get much lift out of them. I got half inch lift. They're not like traditional airbags. These airbags are for G-outs, squatting, hitting your bump stops. Prevents you from that. I noticed a big difference as soon as I pulled down the street. Bumps, dips, where are we? Dodgeball dives? Anyways, yeah, it helps with that. So these airbags go expand between the coils and help compress, help you stop compressing. So yeah, but big notice difference, helps out a lot. Like I've said how many times already, I'm very pleased with them, especially how much they cost. I know as soon as you go to aftermarket lift spring or use an Armada spring, you don't even have to worry about squatting anymore. But if you don't know what you want to do, or if you're just doing spacers like I did, this is a cheap, easy fix for that.
Sorry.
Beeps. Beeps. It's the beeps.
Beeps, bumps, whatever.
So don't forget to have yourself an adventure. Appreciate all you watching. See you guys next time.